What's up guys, it's Kaz here again, back with another video, and today, well, you've read the title. A lot of you people actually know about this news already, and it is concluded that I am permanently banned off of Hive forever on the KaZPro account, not the others, because, you know, those are alts, but it's honestly gonna be a little bit pointless to even play on those anyway, because what am I getting out of those? Just playing the game. Plus, I could do bigger things later on, and it's just, I'll get into that later. But this is going to be basically me talking about my ban and what's next, right? So this is going to be basically like the most unscripted video you've ever seen. I'm just talking to myself. Hopefully you guys like the background stuff. You know, this is like winter 2016, like from 2016 to early 2017 stuff. The last two videos, the first one is me hitting top 50, and the other is my first ever video speedrun, which is a 125 on Toxic. But anyways, we'll get into that later. So basically I'm gonna split this video into 3 segments. I'm going to talk about my ban itself, and talk about, well, what's going on with me in Bedrock Edition, Hive MC versus Hive MC Bedrock, and how that'll go, and just content in general for the direction of this channel. So here's the timestamps on the screen, and just enjoy. So basically, this ban, the reason for it was abusive glitching. Honestly, this has been a very untouched subject by the death run community, especially mods, because even mods would actually commit some of these glitches. And, well, if you know teaming in the past, even mods teamed as well, and that wasn't a thing until, you know, that whole thing got figured out in 2017. And now they're going to figure out abusive glitches, I hope. And then I ended up getting unbanned because it was unfair, because, you know, nobody knew what was going on, and still nobody knows what's going on now. Now, I don't get why I should be banned. Like, they really need to rethink this if they're not gonna, like, forgive some of their most committed players. But I'm honestly gonna say I am done with you, Hive, because I just haven't, like, in the long run, I usually don't get too much out of it, and I've already accomplished just about everything I need to do on Death Run, right? And it's like, the only goal left I had was 5 million. And I already got all the others. I got all the world records. I got the fastest total time. I got #1 on the leaderboard. And it's like, what else can I do, right? Like, the game is fun, as long as there's new maps. It's been kind of dead recently. And usually in these dead times, people kind of start just going off on their own tangents in Death Run, see what's up, see if there's any new speedrunning strategies, and basically we ended up actually finding this one thing on Interstellar. It's probably getting patched now, but basically there was a thing where you could go under the death path. You can end up going across with the strafe. I mean, this is where it gets really complicated, because there's so much stuff like this on other maps that aren't bordered off. Like, basically when these maps are created, like, I'm sure the owner, like, the map creator has intentions, and if they know that, like, something might be possible to get past with a strafe, they know it's not going to be faster because they're not going to patch it. Otherwise, that would have already been dealt with through the numerous amount of testings I hear of when they go through maps. What else? Basically, you know, I just think that this ban is just really unfair, honestly. Like, I should really have gotten another chance. Like, I hit up the person that denied my appeal, but of course they weren't going to give me another chance. Oh man. But basically all I can do now is just talk. I can't really do anything else, right? I've lost it all, right? I mean, I'm sure they could, like, do something to me on Bedrock Edition, but that's pretty darn pointless if you ask me, because I honestly, like, don't even do anything on that server. You can't even get banned that easily unless you're hacking, and it's honestly just You can't even like get banned easily on there because you're hacking. If you're hacking, and it's honestly just super pointless because like you don't even have, you know, there's not even any way to glitch your team because of the whole, you know, new system for traps. And well, what else? I mean, I'm trying to get a lot off my chest so I don't have to do this later because I know this is going to be a very complex and just ranty video overall. But hopefully you guys are listening and just, you know, just understand like what my situation is, because I think it's unfair. I think you guys think it's unfair. I'm not going to force you into thinking anything, but I'm just explaining myself so you can actually voice yourselves. Like if you want, you can actually voice your opinions down in the comments. I just want to see what you guys think as well, because, you know, maybe you do think it's fair and that I should be banned because I do not deserve to be. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, basically, this ban, it's kind of partly parallel to my teaming ban because of the rule not being enforced upon, and now it's being enforced upon by. I've been hearing things from people and that like apparently entire like map concepts are going to be patched up just because they are technically defined as glitches, which kind of makes me mad because it's going to break like the ability to even like have fun and good runs on Death Run anymore. And it just makes me sad because now Death Run is going to go downhill, and that, I don't like that, and I'm not even going to be there for it. So what can I do, right? What else? Jeez, I'm talking for a long time, but basically, I just feel like if who would have, like, even a normal player could have done this. Like, if it was normal to the game, it could have been, it doesn't even have to be that Interstellar thing. It could have been something else, right? It could have been completely different. It could have been something that everyone does, but just a regular player does it, and then someone gets banned for it just because it got reported, and a mod was like, oh, that's a glitch. And apparently, a lot of mods actually don't know about Death Run, clearly. And it's just like, even though it may kind of go out of the path, it doesn't mean it's a glitch. Like, there are numerous shortcuts on Death Run that actually go outside of the regular path to make a shortcut without completely breaking the game. Like, come on, it's strategy, people. We gotta, like, understand that. What else? I mean, like, yeah, it's like, it's not even like you're breaking the game. You're just having, like, fun speedrun. Like, okay, I'm like, honestly, abusing glitches is gonna, like, change a lot more than teaming, because teaming was just affecting, you know, what's your likelihood of even getting reported, right? That for teaming with someone, and now at least like they were actually able to like make a definitive answer for what teaming was, and they were able to figure out what teaming was and how you can avoid it, and which is what they really need. They really seriously need to do with abusive glitching. Otherwise, they're literally gonna like patch everything, or people are just gonna be super confused and speedrunning is gonna die or something. I don't know what's gonna happen because I'm not gonna be around Death Run as much as I used to be. I know, pretty sad stuff, right? Anyhow, what else? Basically, honestly, like, I'll just explain the teaming situation to you guys because you might not have a background on it. So basically, in the early stages of Death Run, people would basically, like, there was this thing called speed running, right? Where you want to get a good run, you want to get a good time, so you kind of need a little bit of help, right? So sometimes the death ends up, like, if your friend ends up as death or something, or someone that knows you and they know that you like to get good runs, they will stand in front of the buttons to prevent the other death from actually getting them, which is, you know, it's kind of, I understand now, like, at least they were able to, like, you know, explain that that's just making the game not fun, right? But what they're doing with the patching up all these abusive quote-unquote glitches is that it's making the game not fun anymore, and I think that needs to be stopped. Like, they need to, like, they need to either, like, change the maps and, like, literally, like, revamp this game mode if they're gonna do anything about abusive glitching, or they can just keep it and report all of their good players that, you know, quote-unquote abuse glitches. So it's like, please, I ask of anybody out there to just, like, get mods informed about this, because they need to, like, voice out to everybody on Death Run about what is an abusive glitch. Like, if it's patched, well, it's most likely an abusive glitch, right? Like, barriers patch up everything. But I honestly think that if you're getting banned for abusive glitches, I know it's probably by fault by the builders, but they should have made these definitions of glitching very clear early on, because now there's so many maps out that can have so much potential for breaking each glitch that could possibly be done. It's just uncontrollable, because it's gonna be hard to, like, ask about whether something can be reported or not, because if something as clearly included as the iron trap doors on Crystal Knight is going to be patched, that could literally, like, get rid of half of the things they have in Death Run. Like, you know, they could literally, okay, for example, on Zoo, they could get rid of the parkour on the bottom. They can literally do that, and that'd be the same thing, because it's kind of like a shortcut, right? And that basically, you know, it ensures of you getting a faster time, and it, you know, it prevents the death from easily getting you. So they could literally patch that if they wanted to. And that's gonna, like, ruin speedrunning for that map, and that's not fun, right? And I just want to really emphasize how far this rule can really go if they're gonna, like, patch something like Crystal Knight. Okay, because if they're gonna do that, then I have no words. Like, they could do whatever they want, and basically the players will have to follow to play the Hive's game, or, you know, just, yeah. Yeah, I know you guys are, like, freaking out because, like, OMG, Kaz is talking trash about the Hive. This is horrible. I'm honestly gonna say Hive is not my server. There are a few people that do like Hive stuff, right? They're basically rigged. I'm not even gonna lie here. They rigged the server for people that like to help staff. I'm not even gonna, like, argue about this. It's just the way it is. I've learned this from a few years of experience on the server, and if you're trying to dig really deep into the Hive, if anything, you need to be, like, good with their staff, otherwise they're not gonna help you, and you're gonna basically get dug down into a pretty darn deep rabbit hole. And basically, the people that, you know, discover these glitches, right? I know one person discovered the Interstellar one. That was Spike. If you know him, Spike4371. Sure, a few of you at least know him. There's just so many things. Like, honestly, like, there could be, like, strafe spots that will, like, you know, I'm sure, like, they're basically gonna, like, my idea of what they're gonna call an abusive glitch is gonna be something that avoids the death trap extremely easily with either a strafe or just running. And I'm telling you, that's gonna, like, change a lot. And I wish I could be back to just honestly help explain things and actually help them, you know, define whatever it's gonna be. Otherwise, they're not, like, if no one is gonna help out. I know Spike has been trying to get into it, but if, like, no one else is gonna be, you know, voicing these glitches out and actually getting a really good definition about what these glitches are gonna be, Death Run is going to face some pretty bad hardships, because, you know, their players are not going to know what's happening, and they're going to end up getting banned for reasons upon reasons of abusing glitches. And there's not going to be any clear definition until one just gets really angry enough to the point where they're literally permanently banned for abusing glitches, and then they end up actually voicing on about it because they're like, this is stupid, we need to fix this. I apologize, guys, but this is just big rant video by yours truly. I still need to talk about the other things. Gosh dang. What else? Basically, I need to just get it out that Death Run, if they don't deal with this correctly and in a normal way, they're gonna face some pretty steep bumps if they keep moving on with this, and it's not gonna be pretty, I'll tell you that. I know I'm not gonna be around for it, but for any newcomers to Death Run, just please, I just ask of you that you make sure this game stays clean like it should, and well, like they were able to figure out teaming. There was like a good few people that were able to get that nice definition in, and we need one for abusing glitches. They either need to patch all those up and end that discussion, or they need to like have some serious talk with all the players. My opinion would literally be patching everything up, and this is why they didn't even patch that up, and they should give me another chance, because now that they know that they're aware of these abusive glitches being the thing, and they should be able to execute it and be able to patch up everything that needs to be patched. I don't care what it is. If it doesn't get people banned, that I should be unbanned, just because I was basically their little guinea pig that was like, oh, you got outside the map, ban. So I honestly think I should need a second chance. I already explained this to a few people, but then they're like, nope. Gosh, I feel like I'm gonna be repeating myself, but this is like it, guys. This is my final, my final main words to Hive. Yes, I'm talking to you, Hive. I know. It's not like I hate your server. Like you guys, I mean, you honestly hold like an okay system for everything. It's just, if you're gonna approach rules spontaneously, I just think that should be handled differently. I'm probably gonna be done ranting about that. I'm gonna like remember something and start freaking out because I didn't say something I probably should have. But that should probably get dealt with in the future anyway. So we don't really need to worry about that too much. So we talked about the unfairness of my ban. Now let's kind of talk about Bedrock Edition. There's a lot of hate against it. There's a lot of love towards it as well. It's honestly basically more like an old-fashioned Death Run, right? Like I know there's a lot of like new and weird stuff, but if you think about it, there's like almost no way to break the rules if you're playing fairly and you're just having no intentions of, breaking everything. And, well, they have their leveling system, but you hit their maximum level, which is level 20, pretty quickly. Basically, their levels are just like point systems, but it's just with experience instead, with like going through portals and getting kills and whatnot. But I honestly want to say this to Hive. They should like revamp some of their ways on Java the way they've done it on Bedrock, because they've set it up very neatly. I honestly really like it. And the way just the game flow of Death Run on Bedrock is actually a lot smoother than you'd think for being on a type of Minecraft that would be on Pocket Edition, I don't know. That's just my tiny little tangent on Bedrock. It's a cool game mode. I like it. Hopefully you guys are going to be seeing content. You guys are seeing content from it from me posting it right now, but hopefully for this video coming out, as the time of watching this, I've actually released a good few tutorials for Bedrock at this point. But let's just stay to the present, right? This is a timeless video. And so it's like basically I'm playing on Bedrock, right? I have a pretty fine rep. There's literally no reputation. Like you can literally like the game is just so like cool to like, you know, just play around in, rather than, you know, having to face some of the risks on Hive by, you know, accidentally, you know, finding something really cool and then getting banned for it because apparently it's not allowed. But, you know, they built those really well with their leap system. I think it's a fun game. And I understand if you don't, because it can be a little bit frustrating. I understand that. Like, some of the mechanics of Minecraft Bedrock Edition can be a little bit funky if you don't really utilize them way too much. But that's pretty much that. So, what else? That might be it for my little tangent on having seen a Bedrock. You know, they have a nice setup for it on their Discord, the Hive Discord. If you wanted to check that out. All right, so I'm gonna talk about the future, and you know, Death Run really helped my channel. Like, it grew it pretty darn exponentially. But now it's kind of plateaued because there's not much new happening, and they're honestly not growing as huge of a player base as they probably could if they, you know, were more popular. But I don't even know how that happens. So it's like we can kind of just talk about it, right? So in terms of content, you guys will probably actually really start to see like a more parkour-ish to Hypixel to collaborations to that sort of thing. Cause you know, you can make some pretty darn fun videos once you go outside the realm of, you know, just Death Run. Cause I know there you could do